Get it, I get it.
Right, yeah.
I mean, maybe
Hold
back
your
in
hand up.
Egypt, we was rolling
right.
that bitch, you know?
You need your backpack?
Yeah, I'll take it over.
All right.
GMS, Mississippi, Memphis County, with the Nashville brothers on location at Memphis University. All right, Shalom, Makim. Hey, we'd like to start off by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh, by Shem, Yahweh Shai, by Sharon Kakodash. We also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, Ruel, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. All right, we are on location at the Memphis University, all right, in front of the Ramesses II statue. All right, and we got the beloved elder apostle Ahrayamlab with us. All right, also got the Memphis brothers. All right, also as well as the Nashville brothers. The brother can kick it off.
So we'll start directly, all right, with the precept in Deuteronomy 28. You know, which this is one of the major indicators of who we are as a people, that the Lord will bring us what? Because Egypt again with ships. All right, and we see that there's no doubt that this is the spiritual Egypt, okay, that was prophesied within the curses that will befall us, all right, and it will be a token to show who we are. So you get that, bro?
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 68. It says, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee."
Yeah, so the Lord promised that he would do this to us if we broke the law. And what do? We broke the law. Yeah. So this is one of the things that will happen to us. And it said by ships, because one thing that's documented when it comes to the slavery of the so-called, what they call Africans, okay, is what? That middle passage, which was those ships, okay? So the Lord left all these indicators to show who we are as a people. So the people that were on those ships, and those ships went both ways. Because you had the Northern Kingdom being shipped back to Spain and Portugal, and you had Jake being shipped from the coast of Africa into the Americas, man. Okay? So that was important making sure when this promise and that word Egypt goes into abundance in this context. You got it.
It says, "Thou shalt see it no more again,
Yep.
and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you."
Yo, so we were sold to our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen. And when it said no man shall buy you, it means that we wouldn't be redeemed from this situation.
Right.
Okay, so to this day, we haven't been redeemed. And that's why we're waiting on our Redeemer, which is Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Okay, because it was set up for us to be in bondage so the Lord can do a second exodus out of this spiritual Egypt, man.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
then you have these individuals talk about, you know, that no man shall buy you. You don't sell yourself,
Yeah,
nobody's
yeah,
gonna buy you.
yeah.
That don't even make sense. You know, and when you go through Revelation, I got Revelation on the brain, Deuteronomy 28, from the 15th verse down, there's different instances where it says, you know, no man's going to be able to help you or save you. You're not going to be able to redeem yourself. So when we get down to the 68th verse, it's talking about not being able to redeem ourselves.
That's it.
Because you had what was known as the law of redemption. You had, you know, like if your brother fell in decay with a nation, and he sold himself to them in slavery, and you had the money to get him out of it, you can get him out of it. Or if he built up enough money, and he could redeem himself out of that situation. And that's what it's talking about. There was nobody going to be able to help us to get out of this condition except for Yahweh Shai.
I can say something? I think in Deuteronomy 28 and 32, it said there wasn't going to be no might in our hand.
Yeah.
The Lord took the warring spirit, took it away. You know?
Yeah, for vulnerable, man.
Exactly.
I got this. We got this word for redeemed in Galatians, the 4th chapter.
Yeah.
It's Strong's G 1805. Was it exaggerazo? It says to redeem by payment of a price, to recover from the power of another, to ransom, buy off, metaphorically, of a Mashiach, freeing the elect from the dominion of the Mosaic law at the price of his vicarious death.
There you go.
You know,
So that's pretty much showing you that no one was able to redeem us.
Yeah.
You know, nobody here, and how many leaders throughout the years have tried to redeem Jake?
Several.
Whether by, you know, force or by legislation. You know, marching and, you know, being on the front line protesting, getting their heads beaten, getting tossed into prison and all that. None of that did anything. Because we're still in the same condition that we've been in since we've been here.
Yep.
You know, ain't nothing changed.
Nope.
The only thing that changed is time and the different faces that are ruling.
Yep.
But everything else still remains the same. Our condition ain't improved. If anything, it's got worse. And on top of that, it degenerated beyond what it used to be. Because in the 60s and 70s, Jake had more love for each other. Today, it's like gone. But that's that demonic vibration. The Lord said, I will mingle a perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt, and that's what we see right now. And that and this is more proof that this is, you know, ancient or modern day Egypt. You know.
That's it. You got that, bro. Get that who named Memphis, because it said we'll be sold to our enemies.
Right.
Okay. So we're gonna get into the history about how Memphis was even named. Go ahead.
Beautiful.
Who named Memphis? Memphis, Tennessee was named in 1819 by John Overton, James Winchester, and Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson, you know, but he's the most prominent of them devils. Okay. But you have to understand, Esau, when you go into the history, okay, Esau was always infatuated with Egypt. Okay, that's why you had the Ptolemaic dynasty. Those was Edomites that were ruling out of Egypt. Even when you go into Alexander the Great, when he was going to war with the Persians, when he went into Egypt, they honored him as a pharaoh. You know, so these devils always had an infatuation with Egypt, even going back to Aleister Crowley. Okay, when you get that sex magic, where Esau got that from Egypt. You know, so these devils had always had a spiritual tie to Egypt.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
the Lord said that they did this going back to their youth. This is where they built that whole demonic sorcery empire. By taking up all of the different, you know, gods and the cultures and customs of these different nations and incorporating it all into here, America, Babylon the Great.
Stand out without enchantments.
There you go.
And when Egypt was, what was the main god of Egypt was Amun-Ra, the sun god.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, right here. Yep. This is a sun over the head, but they call this a Katushe, and they got the gods in there, and then you see they got the Yakal. Oh, he on the phone, but he pulled up the information.
Right.
So this whole thing is called a Katushe, and it's got the gods here. This is a god here, but that's the sun over his head right there. It's the double crown.
Now you see that double crown?
The double crown.
That right there was set up to catch the sun, the rays of the sun.
Yeah.
And this is why, like, when they had the Twin Towers up, they had it in the west where the sun sets, and the sun was set between.
Right between those. Yeah.
To catch it to bring it back again the next day.
Damn.
You know, so these devils, they're more subtle than any beast of the field.
That's it.
And then this whole system is founded on Sunday being like this sacred day.
And Salaki, and also too, Aleister Crowley, when he had his arms up like that, that was also the same symbol.
Yeah.
If I may add, which goes back to the Twin Towers, and I want to say y'all got on this like the Newport cigarettes. It's like two sticks, like one is kind of like both of the sticks is coming out the box.
Yeah.
But it represents that too.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's been years since it was brought up.
Okay.
It says they named it Memphis after the ancient capital of Egypt.
Right, because I asked AI is something about that, you know, and they said, well, no, that's not true because, you know, Cairo is the capital of Egypt. Yeah, but that's modern capital. Ancient capital is Memphis.
Yeah.
You know, but see how, you know, they just throw anything out there.
I was gonna say because Andrew Jackson, one of his motivations for naming this region Memphis was to trump Cairo, Illinois. And you go into it, once he did that, like Cairo, Illinois declined and Memphis increased.
Yeah, because this was, you know, the hot spot.
Yep.
Distribution center.
Yep. For the river.
Yeah, that's right.
Because the river, Mississippi River, is supposed to be a mirror of the Nile River, where ancient Memphis sat on that river, which is transportation. Yep.
And we're also on top of the Delta.
Yeah.
like Memphis to North Mississippi.
Yeah.
This is a whole delta region.
Yeah.
But that's what you had in Egypt. You had the delta within Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a song like that.
Yeah.
One of them classic rock songs, something about the Delta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I know if Apostle Dubois was watching, he would know what I'm talking about. But also Washington D.C. The area that they chose was like a marsh area,
Yeah.
and they chose it for the purpose of Egypt.
Yeah.
Because Egypt is built on a marsh.
Damn.
So they chose that area for that, and that's why like they wanted to set up certain buildings because Esau's thing is about mathematics, about astronomy, and all
Yeah.
that. So there was a certain measurement that each building had to be apart from each other, so that they can work their magic.
Yeah.
But the marshy area was so unstable that they had to shift it
Yeah.
from where they wanted it at.
That's
You know?
That's also, I know like about Washington D.C. is something about 10 square miles by 10.
Yep.
And like if you go to like a watch shop, the most of the watches are already be set to that time. Like they not moving, but they be set on that time, like 10:10. So they numbers, like they just show you they're in the numerology and the numbers, which numerology they go back to Egypt too. You know, they deal with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's these are all like little signs
Yep.
that this place is dealing with, America. America here is ancient Egypt, but it's not going to come out straight up and say that.
Yep.
Right. Because if it did, guess what? The Bible wouldn't be around.
That's it. That's it.
You know, if everything was blatant,
Yeah.
then these devils would have been got rid of the Bible.
Yep.
If it said the Edomites are the so-called white people,
Yep.
they would be ruling from America. America's where they're going to have the New World Order.
If it was that literal.
The micro C hit is the MOTB, so where would be the mystery?
Right. It wouldn't be a mystery.
You know?
Yep.
Your brother got it.
They named it Memphis after the ancient capital of Egypt on the Nile River.
Yep.
Because it sits on a bluff overlooking the Mississippi.
Yeah, because it's another name for Memphis is Bluff City. Bluff City. Yep.
It says, similar to how ancient Memphis was located on the Nile, the idea was given to the new city on a grand historic feeling, drawing a symbolic connection between the mighty Mississippi and the Nile.
Yeah.
So it shows you that this is spiritual Egypt. So
Yep.
And they called it the American Nile.
Yep. And then it's like how a percentage of like 70% of America sits on the west of the Nile.
That's it.
Of the
That's it. That's
and
it.
30% sit on the other
That's
side.
it.
But that's how Nile split ancient Egypt.
The same way.
Yeah, it's like 30% of the land is on the west of the
Yep.
Nile River.
Yep.
And
70% on the west, 30% on the east.
So
Yep.
that's how you know that amendment.
Yep.
Ancient
Yep.
Egypt.
Yep.
It was by design.
Yep.
It ain't just a coincidence.
Yep.
Right.
Because the Mississippi, it cuts straight through the center of the country.
That's it.
Like even with the highways, how they're set up, going into numerology, these devils have I-40, I-55.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where we at in Memphis. And these are two major trucking highways that cut all the way across the country from east to west. 40 take you from the Atlantic to the Pacific.
Wow.
And 55 will take you from to the Great Lakes down to the
Louisiana,
Gulf.
yeah.
They got east, west, and north and south.
Yeah. And Memphis sits right there. Like the two bridges one is 45, one is 55.
Yeah, that's it.
So to come into Memphis, you can only take one of those two bridges coming and going out.
Either way it goes.
Yep.
You go north, east, west, south.
Yep.
55.
55
That
and
makes a 90-degree angle.
45 and 55. Yep.
Yeah.
40 and 55.
Then that cross is the 90-degree, right?
Yep.
See, it all add up.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
And when you look it up, it'll tell you that Memphis is America's distribution center.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why I said, I'm sorry, brother.
No, I'm saying
That's
Black
what-
Hub.
That's why I said that America pretty much was set up by the Masons.
Yep.
So
Yep.
now you have what they call the speculative Mason, and you had the craft Mason.
Yeah.
Craft Masons are the ones that actually knew how to do stuff.
Yep.
Speculative Masons, they didn't know shit about. They didn't know what a compass or a square was.
That's the average nigga that's got the bumper
That's
sticker
it,
on his
that's
car
it.
and shit.
And that's how
Yeah.
you know that they're not real Masons.
Yeah, they don't know what the fuck.
Because
going on.
Masons, they want to keep their shit secret.
Yep.
They
Yep.
don't want to, broadcast to everybody.
Yep.
And anyone that really mattered was most of the time, in most cases, was always in the background.
Yep.
You know, either they were hiding or they were hidden in plain sight.
Plain sight. Yep.
Got the revelation.
Revelation 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Yeah, so it says spiritually Sodom and Egypt. So going back to linking that up with Deuteronomy 28 and 16, they say we will come from Egypt by ships. And then now this goes into the state we will be in when we will come over here in ships, which is spiritually dead. So it says spiritually Sodom and Egypt. So you see the characteristic of Sodom through the culture, the alphabet.
Yep.
But then now, as brothers are getting into, you see the culture also of Egypt that's alive in the society, man. You know? So this is nothing but prophecy speaking, okay, and linking us to being what? The Israelites.
That's it.
You know? But there's one people that's been spiritually dead in this country, man. That's the tribe.
Revelation 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Yeah, so this wasn't the physical place where Yahweh Shah was crucified, but they crucified him, all right, they crossed him out in what? In lifestyle, man, in culture,
Yep.
you know, in doctrine.
Worship.
You know? Yeah.
In worship.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why Elon Musk said that the AI is gonna be our new God. See, we look to Yahweh Shah. Esau trying to say that the AI there, but we look towards the AI to be our power, our salvation. That's how, you know, when you say he asked out Yahweh Shah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know? But
Well,
like
that's
you
why
said-
Elon Musk is like, but that's why Elon Musk said that out of Memphis, AI, the new God could come out.
That's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, so instead of calling upon Yahweh Shah by defense, AI is gonna be the
That's it.
That's their savior.
Yeah, just
That's it.
You know,
Yep. And
keep
that's
it in place.
that's direct blasphemy against the Most High.
That is it.
Because when we had the lesson, we did it before. When you really go into the word intelligence, your brother can get it, right? You go into the word intelligence in the etymology, it means the highest faculty of the mind. Can we get it, Baba Kushah? So they want to give you artificial,
Intelligent.
which is complete opposite of the highest faculty of the mind. The highest faculty of the mind would be who? Jehovah Shem Hashah.
Because intelligence is to tell intel.
Intel.
You know, to tell in. So the Lord giving us a direct inspiration, and they're trying to do it artificially.
Artificial. Yep.
Because what is the main purpose and goal for people to get connected with the web outside of being connected to the system is to become so-called smarter, faster. There was I think it was either a movie or a series where it was these women in there, they were sisters, and they were track runners, and one of them had like a
Prosthetic
prosthetic
legs.
leg, and she was able to do a lot more. And then the other one finally got it or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So I don't remember if that was a series or if it was a movie, something like
Yeah. But that's the thing, the transhumanism, merging men with machines.
There you go.
That's the route Esau wants to take.
That's the first
Society. Basically remolding and remaking his image of humanity. Yep.
Ancient pharaohs, they were trying to make themselves gods.
Yeah.
Like that's what Esau was trying to do. He's trying to manually make himself a god, through his technology and one-hand ritual. Pharaoh, he did a lot of those rituals. You even seen that on the Apocalypse, the X-Men Apocalypse. Because Apocalypse was trying to he showed them in the pyramid trying to do a ritual to make himself a god. He was trying to transfer his soul
into Professor X.
Yeah. So that's what these devils trying to do. They're trying to transfer people's souls into his machinery.
That's it.
So he can be a god and that he can rule over people through his digital creation.
Yeah, that's why you have the scripture says they should be like leopards watching over the cities. And this is why you have all this, like you see over there, they got cameras. Everywhere you go, they got cameras. The movie Enemy of the State.
Yep.
They were following cameras from different locations, from outside, from inside of people's businesses, and that's what they want. They want a total surveillance state or surveillance world. They can see everything because they want to be like the monster.
That's it.
They're all seeing eye.
That's it.
It's called is it omniscient?
Omniscient.
They want to be
I
omniscient.
forgot what I called it yesterday.
You made you said omnoculus. Omnoculus, yeah.
I think that might be a word too, though.
Yeah.
Omnoculous.
Because omni is like
Oh.
Oh.
and
And oculus go to the eyes.
Yeah.
Yep.
omniscient.
Omniscient means
All
all
knowing.
present,
All knowing.
no, omnipresent.
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 It's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
And that's what Esau's trying to do. He's trying to be omni everything.
Omni
Yeah.
everything. Yep.
Yeah, the Omni Bank. Here's the Omni Bank system.
And it shows you that they don't operate, they're not spiritual, they're carnal men because they want to make this thing artificial. They don't have the ability to make, they know it's coming because they read it in the
You
scriptures,
see it in the scriptures.
but they want to mimic that,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
That's why it says he opposes and exalted himself against all that is called
Yep.
the Most High.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Because which we'll get this definition, and then I'll make the point I was about to make. You got it in everybody? Yeah.
Go ahead,
And if it gets too intense, we could slide it.
Talking about the sun?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm good right now.
This intelligence in the etymology, late 14th century, the highest faculty of the mind, capacity for comprehending general truth.
And that's a blow to Esau, because he's not about the truth. He wants to take truth from you and give you artificial intelligence.
Right.
Because you go in the word artificial, it means not genuine, not natural. You know, that's why you got GMOs. You know, that's why you got
Altered.
yeah, it's altered. You know, because now you can't see the Most High. Brother, get Psalms 96 and 13, because it's all about, you know, judgment with the Most High is all about truth. The scriptures say no lies are the truth.
Right.
But Esau's power is to take everything that's true, but everything that's authentic, everything that's organic, and flip it upside down, but present it to you like, oh, this is the best thing that's ever been created. Even what God told you was right, it ain't better than this.
Just like the God.
Yep.
That's why they want to destroy the God gene.
That's why they want to
Yeah.
They want to destroy that connection between the Most High and us, so that they can take that onto themselves.
On the second chapter.
Yep.
Because that's what the device going to do. He
Yep.
said, right, he's the rain, he's the magnify.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's trying
But
to
the
do.
Lord said He's gonna be sitting up in the heavens laughing up there.
That's it. You should have them in the reading.
He created your dumb ass.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you know, like you watch your children, right? And you know they're about to do some dumb shit, and you already know what they're about to do, and,
Yep.
and you see them, you see their mind going like they think they're doing something, and you just sitting there the whole time laughing.
Yep. As you tell them, don't do that.
Right. Yep.
Go.
Psalms 96 and 13.
Yeah, and you can start at 10. Yep, you read it through.
Psalms 96 and 10. Say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth. The world also shall be established, and it shall not be moved. He shall judge the people righteously. Verse 11. Let the heavens rejoice and let the earth be glad. Let the sea roar in the fullness thereof. Let the field be joyful and all that is therein. Then shall all the trees of the wood rejoice. Verse 13.
Because see, the whole world is connected to truth. You know, the earth is mourning because the way that it's being governed is not according to the true judgment of Yahweh Shai. So when Yahweh Shai comes back to the earth, the trees are going to rejoice. The animals are going to rejoice. Everything on the earth is connected to the judgment of truth. So this is like a heralding of Yahweh Shai to come back and judge the earth. It's going to tell you how He's going to judge it. Go ahead.
That's how equity is going to come back into the planet.
That's it.
Because under the rule of this devil, you're not going to get a fair shake.
No.
Nobody is, except for them.
Yep.
You know, everything's going to be off balance.
That's why it says nothing more wicked than a covetous man. Because he takes from himself.
Yeah.
Like, we are people that are for building our people.
Yeah.
You know, one shall become 1,000.
Yeah. Giving.
Yeah. Love thy
Charity.
neighbor. Charity covers the multitude of sins. And he's just the opposite.
For everybody.
Yeah, he's just a reaper.
Hey, his soul that is lifted up in him is not upright.
Right in.
Yep.
You know? And the whole can't do right.
Yeah. And you can see this in Jake's spirit.
Yeah, with the little program, he saw that way.
Yep.
And then he can't go out there, their environment with the little program.
Nope.
Go back to done on that.
Just a little more.
Psalms 96 and 13. Before the Lord, for he cometh to judge the earth. He shall judge the world with righteousness and the people with his truth.
That's it. So before the Lord comes, we have to bear witness to the truth.
33.
So we out here as a testimony to Yahweh Shah, telling you what the truth is, telling you that these are no gods. These are these are artificial simulations of power. These are not, because God means power. This is artificial power. We're trying to tell you what true power, like you said.
And somebody get Micah 2:1.
But that's it, bro. The water.
Did you read that yet?
All right, this is Psalms 33:11. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations.
So it's the counsel of the Lord that's going to stand.
That's it.
That's why somebody get Micah 2:1. There's a point in there that a lot of people miss. Go ahead, read it, whoever got it. And if somebody could look up the word God in the blue letter.
God.
Yeah, you got it.
Micah 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
Why? Because the Most High gave the earth into the hand of the wicked. So it's in the power of their hands. So that means what? That means they have the God-like power to make decisions for the entire world.
That's it.
See? So read that. The word God, the blue letter.
This is Strong's H430, Ahrayamlab. It says plural, rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods.
So they have that God-like power. You got something?
Yeah.
And somebody get Ephesians 6.
That's what I was just thinking about.
Somebody get.
I was just thinking about that.
And then you got to look up that word, rulers of darkness. You got it.
This is the word power in that Micah 2 and 1.
Okay.
H410, Allah.
Yep.
It says God like one.
Yeah.
It also says false God.
Yeah. And that's Esau. Esau is a false God, but he's painted to the world like he's a righteous God. Because remember, the beast deceived the whole world. And there's still people that's under that deception all these hundreds of years later. How many? About 700. They're still under that umbrella or under that veil of confusion. You know? Is there more?
It just also said idol.
Okay, so that's pretty, because that's what they want to bring. See, they want to, their idol would be the New World Order. That's it. The Michael C here. You know, because what did Jake do? Jake put away all of their religious practices with the Most High to go to the other nations and worship their gods for what? For the benefits of those gods. And that's what Esau is establishing. He's establishing a system to where everyone got to come to him. You know, he's the big cheese, so to speak. He's he's trying to take over the spot of the Most High. Right. You know, he wants to push the Lord out.
He'll be the head honcho.
Because he knows that he is not a part of the Most High's plans as far as receiving any good. In the movie Fight Club, there was a scene where Brad Pitt said, "Look, we have to come to the conclusion or to the realization that the Most High doesn't love us."
Is that the end scene?
Well, it's like in the middle. You remember when they were in that house? Yeah. You know, it was a broken down house.
Okay,
they were in there, him and the dude. You know, he was having a conversation with his alter ego.
Oh, yeah.
He said, you got to come to the conclusion that the Most High doesn't love us. And that's pretty much, Esau knows that.
Yeah.
That's why they have to create an artificial world.
And that's why I say what it's in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary concerning Edom.
Yeah.
It's the only
judgment.
No mercy.
Yeah.
It's not promised any mercy.
Right.
Yep.
Because you got to remember, Esau is the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction, and they are the people of the Most High's curse.
That's it.
When you go back to that word curse, it's something that's put aside as a sacrifice.
Yep.
So something that's put aside as a sacrifice can't be redeemed.
Yeah. Isaiah 34.
Yeah.
Isaiah 34.
That's it. You know, and that's why the scriptures say that this is going to be a great altar here, like Elder Pastor always speaks about, and the people are going to be the sacrifice.
Yep. The fuel for the fire.
And this proves that Esau will be here in the last days, you know, to suffer that punishment. You know, because I even quoted the chat GPT with that. You know, because they were trying to say, no, the Edomites are done away with. So I was hitting them with different scriptures. Yeah. And then I hit them with Malachi 1 and 4. And they said, yeah, they're identified as the wicked, although other, you know. I said, yeah. And then eventually I got to the point where when Isaiah 34, because they said that Esau is done away. So Isaiah 34 says the people of my curse to judgment. Yeah. So he said, yes, you're correct. You know, and your observation, very clever, blah, 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 blah. You know?
Hey, because it's about imputing.
Right.
A computer can only give you what you impute.
That's it. Intelligence.
It's intelligence.
Yeah.
So you have to put the information in there for it to give you the true. Yeah. Because it's a conglomerate of information that's been inputted, and so it takes
Right, it takes little from here, little from there, and pretty much. But what it's giving you is giving you varied opinions of everyone in the world.
That's it. That's it.
But you have one truth.
Yes, you only got one
doctrine,
truth.
One faith. So out of all of that, the Lord is he's breaking through all. That's why he says he's breaking through all those strongholds.
Yep.
Because all those strongholds have been taught for years.
Yep.
You got to remember all of these. Roman Catholicism, Christianity, Islam. All of those different religions have been around for centuries. So being around for centuries, you have people that go and are drawn to those different religions depending on their faith and depending on how they were brought up. So we're through the Spirit bringing out something that goes against all of the principles that Esau established in his world as gatekeepers. So everything is being cut down, and that's what we got to read that Ephesians 6. And that's why he's coming at it in that fashion, and that's why when they put it to ChatGPT, which I was watching, on the way here, somebody sent me a video where you had a battle. Jake was battling; he was off the top of the dome battling the AI, and they was going back and forth. They was getting down, and at the end, something that the AI said about evolution and the humankind is not really kind, and blah 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 blah. And it's saying that's why something in the evolution, and it's like. That's where it ended. So this is what Esau has to do. He has to make an artificial world because he knows that in the future world of the Most High, he's not going to exist.
He's not going to exist.
So he's trying to get out of. That's why he's searching the heavens. He's searching the earth.
Yeah.
So that the Lord can do away with Israel and accept them again. Because they know they don't fit in the next world except for as slaves and future judgment. The people of the Most High's curse. The Hebrew word haram. They're the curse. They're set aside for this great sacrifice of the Most High. First, it's going to be America.
Yep.
Babylon the Great. Then, after they serve their captivity, the Lord's going to gather every single last one of them up and boom, burn them up. And that's it. That's the end of Edomites.
Yep. Never
again will there ever be a nation on the planet known as Esau. Only time you're going to read about Esau or the Edomites is when you go to the scriptures.
Yep.
They're not going to exist.
Yep. Ephesians 6, was that next, or we had something?
Ephesians 6 and 12.
I wanted to jump back to that Revelation 11 to 8.
Let me read this real quick, and then we'll go back to Revelation 11.
Ephesians 6 and 12, it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places."
Now look up that word, rulers of the darkness of this world.
Rulers.
Yep, start with rulers.
Yeah.
And then it's broken up.
Yeah, it's broken up. This is Strong's G 2888.
The one that says rulers, something like that. The rulers
of this world.
Yeah, it's just for rulers.
Yeah, that go to that one.
Yep, it says Lord of the world, Prince of this age.
Does it say? Let me see the Greek word.
The devil and his demons.
Cosmokrator. Like the word cosmo is an organization, and krator is to do or to rule. So the rulers of this world, which is what the so-called Illuminati, Lucifer, scriptures call it.
Yeah.
So they're the rulers of this world, and they're the ones that's that got everything set up in a curriculum. This is why you got these schools. The curriculum is pretty much programming the people how they want them to think for the future world. That's why where do they go to get future rulers and leaders from? Colleges.
Yeah.
Why? Because the college is an indoctrination field for the new future rulers.
Yeah.
And then if they get to a certain point, then they start bringing them out to Bohemian Grove. They start testing them out, seeing what will they do, how far will they go, so that they can know, okay, this guy, he gonna go far in our world. Because they don't want no one that's a goody two-shoes. That's why the ones that are like that, they usually get rid of them.
That makes sense because you go to these colleges and that's where you have these fraternities. Even with Jake, these boule members are all fraternity
That's
members. The gatekeepers for Jake, the black boule, all of them go through these different colleges. Diddy, TD Jakes, all these people go through these different colleges. LeBron. Which he's in that professional world to where they make him a gatekeeper. But then Even with Esau, you got the
Shaq.
skull and bones. You
Yup.
know, the different fraternities and different secret societies and these different, what, Yale and Harvard.
Mhm.
All that is just the way that the elites filter out society, the new rulers that's going to carry on this.
There's a
path.
vibration.
Yeah, that carry this shit on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You got.
So you go back to Revelation 11:8.
It's
I got a word for you too, bro.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he still got to get a darkness.
Darkness.
Yeah, darkness. Did you want darkness too?
Yeah.
You could bring that up, but the main point was the cosmic
The
control,
rulers.
the rulers.
Yeah.
Which shows you that it's people behind the scenes.
Yep.
You know, it's not just talking about, you know, the demons. The demons is who works with them to help them officiate the business. Like the council the Most High has in the heavens with the righteous angels and the wicked angels. And you know, and the Lord being against it.
Yep.
You know, because if he was against it, then no, you know, the spirit came up and said, I'll be a lion spirit in his mouth, the Lord will rebuke us. And now the Lord went and said, you're going to do it and you're going to prevail.
That's it.
You know?
Hey, this is a picture real quick. The brother was talking about how they in those fraternities, right? You look at LeBron. He got the tattoo on his chest of it. What you call it, bro?
It's like a sphinx.
Like a sphinx.
Yeah.
Yep.
That lion head.
Well, is that the one with the? 'cause I know he had
The
a tattoo
lion
with a
head.
boule.
The boule. That's what it is. A boule.
That is that. Yeah, that's
Yep.
that's a boule tattoo.
Yep.
Yep.
You see it on there?
Look close.
And that's what you have what's called gatekeepers.
Yep.
So when you go to play basketball, professional, or when you go to play soccer or whatever, some professional, you always got somebody that you know is in charge of who they can allow and who to keep out.
Yep.
That's what the gatekeepers is all about.
Yep. Because I know you remember, Pops, you remember that election when they had George Bush going against John Kerry, and they both members of the Skull and
Yep.
Bones.
Yeah.
But that shows you that they breed their next leaders in these colleges.
That's it.
Well, like the movie The Good Shepherd.
Yep.
You know, he was in college, and he was recruited for the Skull and Bones. Was that Matt Damon's character? Yeah. Yeah,
You saw what they had to go through, the
Yeah, pissed.
humiliation they had to go through.
and the casket get pissed on.
Yep. Wrestling in mud. Who the
Yeah.
fuck gonna do some stuff? That's shit that women do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mud
And
wrestling.
they do that shit to have leverage over them so they don't get out of pocket.
That's it.
Right.
You know, that's why they show you like they do that shit like we did it just to show that look, we will expose you if you get left. If you step out of these perimeters,
Yeah.
you know. But so they do that humiliation so they keep them in line. And it's all about upholding this current New World Order doctrine. So going back to the Illuminati, going back to 1776, the devil Adam Weisenhower, who was funded by the Rothschild.
That's a new one, brother.
Yeah.
I ain't heard about him.
Yeah, Adam Weisenhower.
Weisenhower.
I was saying, yeah.
I know where you from, bro.
Yeah. You know, different pronunciation.
No, I'm fucking
No.
around.
But it just shows you that the devil was just tasked by the bankers to go and infiltrate all these different governments, these schools, these curriculums, these different industries. And it was to what? Plant that seed of this New World Order doctrine of man surpassing God.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what it's all rooted.
Yeah.
Like Satan know the scripture. You know, say train up a child the way it should go.
Yep.
That's why he indoctrinated in the early age.
Yep.
We got what? Daycare, pre-K, kindergarten, elementary, high school. You got middle school, high school, then you got college.
And that's the reason why they took the women out of the household to be able to indoctrinate the children and also to have two incomes paying the taxes.
Hey, Baba Shah, get that darkness.
Yep. Get it.
It's the word for darkness, Strong G 4655. It says scatos. It says darkness of night, darkness of darkened eyesight or blindness.
Darkened eyesight, blindness.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Metaphorically, of ignorance, respecting divine things and human duties.
Ignorance in respecting divine things.
So now what is what is the go between, I guess, for lack of better words, that's keeping people from seeing these things? The God of this world.
God of this world.
Right. The God of this world has blinded the mind of them which believe not. Why? Because they have the power to deceive.
Prince
And
of
that's
this
exactly
age.
what they did. I'm sorry, man.
Like it said in Rulers, the prince of this age.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
The prince of this world cometh and has nothing to me. You see, but you know, this was what they were set up to do. You know, scriptures say that the whole world wandered after the beast. So they will be following after America, you know, and the EU and all that in a blind fashion, like a zombie.
Yep.
And then there were some of those zombies, you know, that the Lord tapped, okay, get out that line, you're
Yep.
going the wrong way.
Yep. Shook it off. Shook the dust
Yeah,
off.
that's why
Yeah.
it refer back to like a dead state of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like walking zombie, because they not physically dead, but
Yeah.
they mentally
The
dead.
dry bones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, beautiful.
They got quick precepts.
Bring
on
it
the
out, bring it
apostle.
out.
Yep, let's go to what the apostle said.
Colossians 1 and 12 is it giving thanks unto the Father, which have made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Is that Ephesians?
Let's,
Colossians?
Colossians, yeah.
Okay, after you finish that, can you go to Ephesians 1:18? But you
Okay.
finish that up.
Who have delivered us from the power of darkness and have translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son.
Yeah, so just going to what the apostle said, the Lord, because we was all in zombie mode,
Yep.
marching to
Yep.
the tune of the Illuminati and, you know, this anti-Messiah doctrine. But the Lord began to pull the elect from the power of that darkness.
Say it was out of darkness to his
Yeah,
marvelous
like
light.
his marvelous light. You know, because now we see everything for what it is, man.
Right.
You know, eyes wide open. Oh.
And it is a marvel, right? Because they like, where did they get this knowledge?
Yeah.
Like, we standing here on a campus that they built to teach our people to be destroyed and deceived
Yep.
and exposing them.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
they're like, how did they know about
Right.
how we govern our
Yeah.
system?
Yeah.
How do they know how we control the people
Yep.
Right.
through divine
Intervention.
intervention?
Yeah.
Yep, tapping us on the shoulder now. Go this way.
Yep.
Right.
Fuck that college shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
fuck the army. Fuck all of that.
And you know, also the Lord calls individuals that were a part of it at once to turn and speak against
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Cause their mouth to fall
They got
again.
whistleblowers.
Yeah, you know, and that's another way that the Lord, you know, allowed us to see these things.
Yep.
Yep.
Because the Illuminati for a long time they were secret.
Yep.
Even going back to the 90s. I remember this one Jake, you know, he knocked on the door and he was, you know, pretty much asking for, you know, for donations to go to college. And I told him, I said, "Oh, brother, you know, going to college, I said, the Illuminati. He said, Illuminati. I've been trying to find out what that is. Nobody want to tell me about it. And I kind of, you know, briefly kind of told him, you know, something. This is a breeding ground for future leaders, and the only ones that get invited to the next phase
Yep.
are the ones that play ball.
That's it.
And they already know off the top, okay, now this guy gonna be a problem, but these guys right here, we got them in the bag.
That's it.
You know, and that's what they'll have. Like, no matter what you want to do, you want to be a rapper, you want to be a
Athlete.
entertainer, an athlete, you want to be a content creator, you know, podcast or whatever.
Yep.
They have fields and gatekeepers for all of that shit. You'll be invited to this place, you know, and they'll see how far you're willing to go. You know, because they're testing your spirit, you know, to see if you will go all the way.
Like Satan tried to tempt Yahweh Shai.
There you go.
Yep.
Yep. Same way. You know, but in that case, it was blatant.
Yeah.
These devils are coming at it like, well, you know, if you just do this little thing, you know,
Yeah.
and just to see how far you can go, renounce, you know, your religion, you know, renounce the Bible and things of that nature, then you can go into that.
Go to
See
the
that
next
door
level.
right here?
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get in that door unless you know
Yep.
you do this.
Yep.
And then, you know, it depends on the individual. Then they go through that door. It's nothing but freakism going
Yep.
on in there.
The Diddy mattress.
Yep. Damn.
It
Dirty
was-
Diddy, man.
The dirty Diddy mattress.
It was a guy, real briefly. It was a guy who was a content creator. He said he was invited to one of them parties.
Yeah. The Edomite dude.
Yep.
Yep.
And he said every room he went to was like a different color, a
Yep.
different theme, and they had different things they was doing. But then when they got to that last door, everybody was lined up, and they all had masks on.
Yep.
And they got to, and they all, like, if you Quran, if you was in the Bible, you had to put your hand on it and denounce it if you wanted to go into that last door.
It reminds me of Eyes Wide Shut when it comes to the mask.
That's how it was. Yep. When he was describing their party. Yep.
I go there. I got
Yep.
one too.
Okay.
Ephesians 1:18, it says, "The eyes of your understanding being enlightened, that ye may know what is the hope of his calling, and what the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints, and what is the exceeding greatness of his power to usward who believe."
Right, because it said be illuminated. Because the rest of the world is not illuminated. They don't see the benefit of serving the Lord. They only see the benefit of serving this place. What did Jacob want to do? Well, we want to go back to Egypt, man. We was in Egypt. We was eating the garlic, you know, and the melons and the leeks. You know, what benefit is to serve the Lord, man? We out here catching hell. Out here, these goddamn beasts. Out here and shit. We don't know, you know, a motherfucker gonna attack us in the middle of the night. It's hot, I'm hungry. You know, I had nothing to eat in 3 days.
Yep. The baby
We
crying.
out here for the killers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man.
And that's why Jacob would always go back to the gods of the nations, because the gods of the nations to Jake was like a drive-through window. Instant, everything instant. You know, but don't understand that, yeah, that's giving you the instant because they're pulling you away from your true power. The true one that's giving you that substance. And that's what Esau is doing right now in modern day Egypt.
According to the working of his mighty power.
Beautiful. I got one more. This is Baruch 4 and 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. And Illuminati, Lucifer. Yahushua is also Lucifer. Oh, he said the Lord is. You don't understand what the word means. We're Lucifer.
That's it.
Light bearer. That's all the word means. It's not a bad word. And it's never it's never addressed to the spiritual demon Satan. And when you look at the word Lucifer, it's not supposed to be a personal name. Like when you look in the English, it has capital L. That's in a small case. That's a personal name. It's not supposed to be personalized because it's not a name. It's just an attribute.
That's it.
You know, when you go to the Latin and you go to the other translations, the word there is a small case. You know, the letter, the first letter is a small case.
It's not capitalized.
Right, because it's not a
proper name.
Right, it's not a proper name.
That's why you always say it's a play on words.
There you go. And you ain't gonna go to, even though in Revelation 20 and other places where it says the devil and Satan and the serpent, that's all dealing with Esau. So you could throw Lucifer in there. But it's not even in there.
And then, like you said, it means enlighten. Illuminated goes into enlighten, and just like Esau, he wants to give you artificial light to keep you from the divine light. So you got Illuminati comes with two sides. You got the right side of enlighten, and you got the left side of enlighten. That's why scriptures say. Go ahead. I know you got it. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Ephesians 5 and 14. Wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahushua should give thee light.
That's it. So that's Lucifer.
That's why I said, at least the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua should shine up. So like, you got it.
No, you got it. You got it, Apostle.
Can I get this word light?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the word light in the Greek, epiphasko. He said to shine upon. Yahushua will pour upon you the divine truth. As the sun gives light to man and rise from sleep.
As the sun gives light to man, you know, and it made me think about the scripture say he shall pour out his spirit upon all flesh. Even going to these people that call whistleblowers, the Lord, he calls people who was once a part of those societies to expose their society, because that's his spirit being poured out. The spirit is truth.
Like that Psalm 60, what is Psalm 64?
Yep.
Make their tongues fall upon themselves.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, that's just beautiful how it's still lining up with.
We could go back to that.
You know what I'm saying? It's still lining up with.
Because that goes with Ezekiel 37, the valley of the dry bones. But you could go back to that. I mean, unless somebody has something else.
I got a word going with that.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, no, do your thing.
This is Revelation 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Which is America.
That's it.
But no, it's not literally Sodom and Egypt.
Spiritually.
It's spiritually Egypt. You know?
And what the hell is this doing?
Yes, exactly.
This is not an American pyramid. I mean, this is not an American statue.
And they couldn't get, and just another quick note, they couldn't even build this without permission from Egypt to build it. They had to get permission from whoever was in authority in Egypt at that time. They had to get permission to build this.
And this is made out of styrofoam.
Yep.
No?
Yep.
They got a top nose.
You got to be spiritual to what? Understand it.
That's it. What happened to the nose? Why is the nose gone, but the lips are still there? The ears are still intact. The eyelids. You know.
So on.
Bring it up.
I looked up Egyptomania in America. It says Egyptomania, the fascination with ancient Egyptian culture and aesthetics was a significant phenomenon in 19th and 20th century America. This fascination.
They said it was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then too, because I looked
it's
this
a
up.
spirit that just
It attached them. Because it's Egyptomania. I looked up mania. It says mental derangement characterized by excitement and delusion, insanity, madness, mad passion, fury.
Because it said that they wandered after the beast.
Yeah.
So the beast used that deception and it got them all fucked up.
They losing.
That's it.
You know.
That's it. But they shall believe a lie.
I just put everybody on the green screen. How the hell that happened?
You know, like
Esau fucking with your shit.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You know, like the black conscious community.
I did that.
Yeah, all in clowns.
This popped up. Okay.
Director, we're gonna have a whole nother setting in the back of the movie.
That on 2B type shit.
Dr. Umar Johnson.
Oh yeah, the doctor. Yeah.
But you know, Esau used to eat the zombies, like not the zombies. He used to eat the Egyptian pharaohs, the mummies. It's a science behind it. It's a word behind it. You can look it up. That I think the 1800s, because he had his archaeologists go into Egypt, but they believe that if you eat them, then they'll possess that power. So there was a real movement. And then there's a book called the Delectable Negro. Yeah, and they brought that culture here. They used to eat Jake, like straight up. Like cannibalism. They used to eat Jake like straight up. That's why you had a chair made out of Jake skin, a leather jacket made out of Jake skin, the purses, yeah, pillows made out of Jake hair. But Esau, that's another trait that he pushes back. He doesn't promote that characteristic that he has about himself.
It's just like Get Out when they was trying to get certain body parts and shit. To get those attributes.
Yep.
You know,
Blacks in fashion.
Yeah. That's what they do.
Now they do it in a more technological fashion, like BBLs and injections and melatonin. You know. You got it.
2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there shall come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
And part of that man of sin being revealed, which we know he's the Edomites according to the Bible, but also his characteristics. Like this is why, hey, this man, the Job said, what? I wouldn't have this man by my dogs. You know, he was pushing, but now we see, because he's the one that's gonna get caught having sex with the animals. He's in full-blown relationships with animals, but he'll marry an animal. He's the one that's putting corpse inside of food, like McDonald's and all that. Baby fetus. All right, but he has a nature, all right, that's opposed to Jacob. Jacob ain't like cooked food. Esau like that raw food. You know.
That's the word that you quote. No, it's called mumia.
Mumia.
The mumia is also spelled mumia. Refers to a powder made from ground up Egyptian mummies that was used in Europe from the Middle Ages through the 17th century. People believe consuming the substance had medicinal and mystical powers.
Consuming the substance had medicinal and mystical powers. Because like Egyptomania, that was tapped in with Egypt, man. When Esau came into power, he had his archaeologists, and they started studying the tombs. Hey, like what's the Raiders of the Lost Ark? Yeah. Like all the studies was revolved around Egypt. Yeah. You know? But hey, this man is beyond sick. But he gaslights our nation, and he puts us up as the criminal, as the sick people, as the degenerates. No, that's you by nature. You're eating people, man.
Cunning hunter.
Yep.
We get our last
Yeah.
It's Ezekiel 28:1. The word of the Lord Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thy heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God. In the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man. And
the seas are the people, right? Yet thou art a man and what?
I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God. Though thou sit thy heart is the heart of the Most High.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Now the Lord gave them this technology, and through that technology, this devil lost his mind.
Oh,
You know, he said that's why Noah Yuval Harari said we could piss the Most High off because we
Make
can
him as mad as we
create
want.
water. Yeah, we could create rain and all that stuff. So like,
Now I'm gonna say Obadiah. That pride had deceived.
that's
Yeah,
it.
the pride of their heart have deceived you.
Because why? Because of the power that they got through the technology.
That's it.
You know, so you were given access, you were given control of the planet, and it made you go crazy.
Yep.
Well, it's like the pre-flood era. People got their idols and thought they didn't need the Most High anymore.
Yep.
You know,
That's
and now the idol was technology. Like, when we have technology, we don't need the Creator.
Oh, that's why the Lord said that the Judges 10. He said, "Go cry to them God.
Right.
Go cry to them God that you have chosen."
Yeah, that you
He said, "Well, I will deliver you no more."
Yep.
So time is coming that's who they're gonna have to rely on.
And that's what the scriptures say, that the elect are not going to stay upon him that smote them,
them.
but shall stay upon the Lord in truth.
That's right.
See, so it's the truth. Yahweh said, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free, set you free.
That's it.
See, so that's what's going to be the determining factor in these times. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time, the strength of salvation.
Right. Really. Yep. Yeah, I had one more.
Get that one.
I want to bag you up with the Revelation 11:8.
They did on ending the Hebrews.
Okay. Yeah, so going back to the dead bodies, it's Proverbs 21 and 16. It said, that man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
So showing that the wisdom woke us up.
That's it.
Out of the enchantments, of Babylon, Egypt, Rome.
Yeah.
Because America is, all these different anti-Messiah kingdoms rolled in one. Because Babylon was known for being anti-Messiah.
Yeah.
When you go into Nimrod, when you go to the study of his kingdom, okay, Rome was anti-Messiah. They literally crucified him, and then Egypt was anti-Messiah because they thought those pharaohs thought they was God.
That's it.
So Esau, he's the conglomerate of all these anti-Messiah kingdoms rolled in one, man.
You got that God complex bad.
Yeah, real bad.
Through.
You got something? Go ahead.
I had this go with Revelations 11 and 8, just to substantiate that this is modern day Egypt spiritually.
Yeah, speak up a little bit, brother.
Yeah, speak up. Yeah.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 10 to 11, it says, "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt."
Yep. So this is during the time of Ezra and Egypt. Okay, we wasn't in Egypt at this time. Okay, actually.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's speaking of a future time.
That's right.
That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
"But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm,
Yep.
and smite Egypt with plagues as before."
That mighty hand and stretched out arm is Yahweh Shah. That will be the one that redeem us. Go ahead.
And will
The land of Egypt destroyed. They're still thriving. They're still a major hub in the world.
They pumping billions of dollars into Egypt infrastructure. Saudis and
Oh yeah.
Hey, remember one of the plagues was the hail mingled with fire?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's symbolic of the missiles in this time.
This time, that's
with
it.
the warheads.
And every plague was a mockery of those gods that Egypt used to worship.
Yeah.
You had the plague of the frogs. They had the guy with the frog head. The insects. They had the guy with the insect head. Okay. The livestock. They had the guy with the cow head. A plague of darkness, which is
The sun god.
the sun god. So everything that the Lord did was a mockery to the gods of Egypt.
So what's up? There's some guy took a break for 3 days.
Yeah.
He was on a long journey, couldn't make it. His motorcycle broke down.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, I forgot to ride.
Fuck. Man, sorry, man.
You called in like
That fake cough be funny, man.
Don't make it today.
Yep. So you got that because now that we know all these things, we look beyond Egypt. Go ahead, like Moses did. Go ahead.
This is Hebrews 11 and 24. By faith, Moses, when he was come up to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter,
Yep.
choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Hey, the pleasures of sin for a season. So the mindset that Moses had, that's the mindset we've taken on as we've been born in Egypt. But wasn't Moses born in Egypt? Yep. But like you look at it, like Abraham was born in Babylon. Moses was born in Egypt.
That's the picture
and
I took of the
was born
statue,
in
right?
Rome. But they all
So you could
overcame.
choose your background.
You know, they
you could choose
all
your green screen.
found faithful to
So
Yahweh by
use
Shem
that as the
Shah,
green
even
screen.
though they was born
Damn,
into
it's
these
cold.
anti-Messiah kingdoms. Go ahead.
Is that just like a feature on your phone?
Esteeming
Yeah.
the
This
approach
pop-
of
what
Hamashiach
happens?
greater riches
I'm gonna
than
get
the
some
treasures
of
in Egypt.
And this is something he hadn't even seen.
Mm-hmm.
It was just something that the Most High showed him. You know, he ain't even. The Yahushua wasn't even thought of like in these, thousands of years in the future. You know, and he already gave up all of that for the Lord.
For he had respect unto the recompense of the reward.
Yep. So he had respect to the reward of Yahweh by Shem Shah than what was right in front of him in Egypt. Because Egypt was a superpower, man. And Moses was on the level like the elites. Like these niggas that sold out, they're just do boys.
Yeah.
Like Moses was actually with the elites.
He was a
of
chef
Egypt.
caller.
Yeah.
He sat next to Pharaoh's son.
He was really that guy. You know?
He was tapped in.
Yeah. He was on another level. But he looked beyond that, because he had respect to the reward or the promises of our forefathers, man.
Yep. It says, by faith, he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what the scriptures speak about, Jake going to Egypt for help. You're going to be confounded.
Yep.
Here it is, you trusting in this broken reed. It's like, you like all fucked up, you can't get up and you got the staff, but the staff is cut and you got like a spike on the top and you're trying to get on top of that and you need that to push yourself up and it's, That's what Jake is, but Jake is still trying to get on that.
I got a quick one. Hey, it's Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Shai, doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Yeah, because although the Egyptians are dark skinned, as we can see here, they broke his nose off. You can see now you had during the 300 BC to the AD era, there were so-called white pharaohs, Edomite pharaohs that took over. But prior to that, they were all dark-skinned people.
Yep.
But the Lord still made a difference because even though all the people in the beginning were dark-skinned, brown-skinned, the Lord only chose one people out of all those brown-skinned people.
Yep. And our custom separate us too.
Yeah.
Breathing the nostril, the breath of life, and it separated us.
It carved us out from them.
That's it.
And it was an ongoing rivalry, because you go to the Philistines, which one of the main rivals that,
Israel went against.
But Philistine, that's the son of Mizraim, which is Egypt.
Yeah.
These flies are disrespectful.
That word is not the Edamon, but the Zondervan, for him, the progenitor of the dark race is not the Negroes.
Not the water, brother.
But the
The water.
Egyptians,
The Libyans, I think.
Canaanites.
Yep.
It's a separation.
Yep.
Well, you took us out of policy.
All right, so with that, we pray that your brothers and sisters have been edified. We'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to
Yahweh by Shem Shai by Shem Hakodash.
Pray that you were edified. Till the next time we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Right.